they'll be calling you a radical. This is an important video because France has come out and made the statement on when they sent the imminent release letter that if it was their reactor, they would have shut it down. Okay. Which this thing, I mean, it's an SMR, by the way. It's the first one. I did videos on this clear back. God, she's low this morning. Now, this is important historic video. Look at this. This is why it's important. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. First ones I found in 10 fucking years. The purple urchins. First ones in 10 years. Now, this is important because if you have purple urchins, you're going to have some starfish, right? Yeah. Most likely. I mean, that's what they eat. Sea anemones. God, she is so low this morning. I'm letting them boys rest. God, they've been working hard. So, the imminent release letter, that's an SMR. It's in meltdown. You think it's a coincidence that the birds dying in the Midwest? Whoa, let's go over to China. The heat bubble over the western United States. Do the tracking. Go to Bob Nichols' freaking site where he's tracking the... God, look at this beast. Look at that guy. He moved. Remember he was on the wall yesterday? Look at the size of that beast. So, the radiation, that's what's killing the birds, getting in their eyes. Just like on the peninsula in Russia. The surfers. So, this is important. We found 2 little tiny ecosystems on this whole peninsula. 2. Where there's some life. 2. Don't let it fool you. That's it. Right here at Lover's Point. And this has been documented heavily by Kevin Blanch for the last 10 years. And the one pool over there at Carmel on the golf course side on the peninsula. So, God, look at these beauties. We got a little ecosystem coming to life here. So, France says they would have shut it down. By the way, we've been watching the Olympics. The girl that was pitching for the U.S. softball team at Fukushima yesterday. Oh, what an athlete. She's from here. She's from here. So, we're here in Monterey. So, do not let this fool you. We worked the entire peninsula. All of it. All of it. You know, it's been hard work. I mean, those boys are freaking so wore out. I can't believe. I warn them. They're getting good. I'm like, you're going to put in so many miles walking. They're athletes, boy. Those 2 are incredible athletes. Incredibly little guys. So, do not let this fool you. We got a couple little gems here and there. And I work all this peninsula. So, the Dock Ricketts, which is from here above, there ain't nothing. There ain't nothing. I'm telling you, it's wipe out completely. This is the Platte, Julia Platte. I don't talk enough about her. She called Dock Ricketts the great poacher. So this is the Julia Platte. So we've worked all the Julia Platte. We've worked it all the last 3 days, all the way to the point. We found 2 starfish. 2. And we worked the shit out of it. And like I said, you don't have to be down digging in tide pools. You just have to understand tides. And you stand up above, you'll see them. You'll see the color. You don't think that purple will jump out at you? Now, this is for important in San Diego. This is not because of human traffic. That's a problem down there. Don't get me wrong. Just like dams, that's a problem. We'll talk about the catastrophe going on in Symphony. You don't think you can see those from above? You don't think you can see that color? Oh, you can see that color from above. So, they're wiped out in San Diego, Los Angeles. I mean, Point Loma is a wipeout disaster. And I mean a wipeout disaster. PB Point, I know that tide pool's better than I even know these ones. And I know these tide pools. So, what's happening? You've got a little spot here and there that she's fighting back. She's trying. I've been asked for years, is she going to come back? Oh, look what we got here. Look what we got here. She's going to fight back? I said, I don't know. Ask her. She's incredible. Look at that beast. Oh, my God. That's the biggest starfish I've seen in 15 years. Look at it. Look at the size of that beast. God, I almost want to go wake up them boys to show them. Holy shit. So I want you people that are going to starfish, picking up a brittle star and saying, there should be, see that beast? See that? That's what they're supposed to look like. There should be hundreds of them all up and down, and there's not. Lover's Point right here is the gem. We're extremely low tide right now. God, look at that thing. Oh my God. Oh. God, good work, Kev. The world is ran by those who show up. These are two little gems that are developing. And so, shows you she can fight back if we give her a chance. I've never used the word extinction. I used genocide, didn't I? So, it's genocide. 99%, that's all. That tide pool we shot at Carmel last night just proved, because that tide pool started a little bit of comeback last year. Before that thing, and I've documented the shit out of that tide pool. That thing was deader than dead. God, what a beast. I can't believe what a beast that is. That's what they're supposed to look like. So, you take this, Kevin Blanchard's work on the tide pools, which is beyond a strike, way beyond a strike. You take that, you put it in symphony with his salmon work, because we don't count dead tide pools, old Kevin Blanchard. I was talking to a nurse yesterday over in Monterey from Fort Bragg, and she's like, yeah, like these idiots think radiation or fallout doesn't do anything damage. I'm an oncology nurse. We know what radiation does. It'll eat up anything and everything and kill it dead. We use it, right? And I says, oh boy, I got 4 tattoos up me from the radiation. So, you put it in symphony with the salmon. We count every salmon, right? We count them all. We count every single salmon. I know what I'm doing. I've been at this for years and years and years. In the great spirit of Julia Platt, Doc Ricketts. God, they're not Stanford biologists. Fuck the Stanford biologists. The same routine, isn't it? That was then. The Stanford biologists, the Cal Berkeley biologists, the Harvard biologists, the fucking UCLA, the USC, they should be rounded up and fucking hung. Rounded up and fucking hung for their derelict of duty. Kevin Blanch does all their dirty work. The steelhead number on the Columbia River right now should be the number one, bigger than the Olympic nightmare. Should be the number one story on the face of the earth. Number one story on the face of the earth. Why? 12,000 for the year. They should be getting that a day. Now, the 10-year mean is extremely low. And because they started to collapse in 2012, right after Fukushima. This is the smoking gun of Fukushima. I know what I'm doing. The tide pools and the salmon. I knew that from the beginning. They are so low at the 10-year mean. It is a catastrophe. Wait a minute. The Chinook salmon still go to sea for 1 year. They go twice. First time back, they're called half pounders. And the Columbia's the healthiest, but we count every single one. We have sonar. We count every single, and we hold the Army Corps Engineers' feet to the fire because they lie. In Alaska, we can't trust one number you put up in Alaska. They've been sued over and over and over, and they admit it in court of law over and over and over. They lie. They cheat. But I've in Oregon's ear so much in the early days in hardcore, they're like, we don't let them lie, Kevin. We back them up. Look at that beast plastered to the wall. Can you see him? Way out there? See them right under the barnacle line? That's a beast. That's what they're supposed to look like. That's a beast. You guys are picking up these little things here and there, trying to say, oh God, this is a starfish, this is not. That's a starfish. That's what they're supposed to look like. What a beast. There's one plastered out there. So we're finding a little bit of, but the Chinook number, record returns, 2013, 14, 15, 16. Well, I mean 15. I told everybody, they'll collapse in 2016. Will you believe me then? Will you believe me then when they collapsed on? They were expecting millions based on escapement, which they had millions the year before. Millions. 3 million. They collapsed in 2016. You go from over 3 million, they've taken out the gill netting, to 300,000. We can do math. Anchovies and sardines down 90. John Steinbeck right here. What happened to anchovies and sardines? They're in a fucking can. Kevin Blanch. What happened to the anchovies and sardines? And the tide pools, and the seals, and the whales? Oh, nothing to see. 300-400 gray whales wash up in a year. Every year the last 3-4 years. Starved to death. Fukushima killed them. We don't even know what's coming off Fukushima. 10 years of fucking denial. Everybody that's supposed to be a marine biologist, in the great spirit of Julia Platt, in the great spirit of Doc Ricketts. I have college degrees. I have so many credits, but I'm not one in their club. Neither was Doc Ricketts. Neither was she. The greatest marine biologist in the world. They sure weren't in their fucked up club. Stanford, Cal Berkeley, fucking all these fucking biologists should be hung. Literally hung. This is the greatest crime in human history. They're responsible. Anderson Vanderbilt Cooper, who was at Fukushima, what a derelict dirtbag. I mean, Sanjay Gupta, practicing MD. I come from a family of practicing. My uncle's a neurosurgeon. I ran it by him. Did he violate his code? His oath? Oh, yeah. He's a practicing MD. Maybe we can put a collar around his neck here and send him in. Put a rope on him to fish. By the way, Japanese. I go back to this, the old Del Monte. I ran into Tim, the famous historian here yesterday. God, just randomly, at Doc Ricketts Aquarium. What's the odds of me running into him? And I says, did I get it right? I shot that video at the old Catholic, at the Catholic school. Is that where the tree ceremony was? You got it right. They had to go back into the bay? Yep, you've got it right. And get the Portuguese fishermen brought it back? You got it right. So, you know, what a catastrophe. What a thrill for those two little boys to be able to see some healthy tide pools. And I tell people, hey, that's a beast, dude. That's what they're supposed to look like. That's a beast. We got two little gems on the whole coast. Don't let it fool you. Kind of like when Kevin Blanch was in the bone marrow transplant center. 44 of us, only one left alive. I told that oncologist yesterday, and I talked to a woman whose dad's fighting leukemia yesterday up at the market. Just remember this. Anybody who's fighting leukemia and survives, you ever forget about the survivors. The non-survivors. The tide pools, the fish in the sea. Jeffers, they tore down his tower. I will never forget any of those people that I was in there with. Never. My whole life, that's what it's about. Defending our children's future? Oh yeah, I love my grandchildren. But it's paying respect and honoring and fighting for the people the nuclear energy crime syndicate murdered. And there are millions and millions. And the people that murdered Barack Obama, Barry Antoinette Obama, Donald J. Trump, Joe Biden, the buck stops where, Congress, Senator Wyden went to Fukushima. He won't even talk to me now. He used to talk to me. Senator Mike Lee, oh, I'll get right back to you, Kevin. My dad's a downwinder. They don't respect any of them. Kamala Harris's mom died. All these people, the nuclear energy crime syndicate killed them. I'm going to defend it. I'm going to defend it. Right down to the last fucking healthy starfish in the fucking sea. Stay tuned.